Hello, hello. Thanks for saying so. Appreciate you, by the way. I got an idea. I'm cooking up with a friend's from, but it's got some issues. Some logistical issues like being coalitioned by the entirety of Europe, which I don't know if is that big of an issue. I have debug mode on. Mm-hmm. It's some interesting tech. Not really interesting, but I think I need. I'm gonna make a video. I think like maybe for tomorrow. It's about what I want them to fix for U5. I was gonna try to make it in like a good vibes energy, right? Like not like I hate this game, but like these are the things I'd like to see improved. Try not to be a complainer. Oh gosh, I'm back. I was thinking about all the nonsense I want to see them improve in in the game. Also gonna make it a video. I'll start 1 sec, I guess. Sorry. Sorry. I got distracted. Okay. Sorry about that. Hey guys, sorry, I'll start soon here. Just was thinking about a video I want to make that is addressed to the devs of EU5, you know? Or rather, I would hope that they saw the video. But at the same time, maybe content creators shouldn't give their opinions. You know? I'm half and half on it. All right, guys. We're locked in. Is anyone in the chat here an opinionated individual? I want to know what people think of certain things that I would want the game to do. No, I was AFK. I was just AFK for a bit. Just AFK, but yeah, I'll make a video that like addresses or talks about the issues that I think are with the game. Not that I know, or not that I think that it will help, or I would hope that it would, but I'm sure Paradox maybe is aware of the issues. But I haven't heard a lot of people talk about the Ford issue. Well, in particular, I think that I think the number one thing that bothers me with EU5 currently is that not having a fort sieged requires 100% increased war score to take that land. And I would say that's all a result of, well, I think actually the number one problem in EU5 is just forts as a general mechanic. because you get into the Force Age, you use Assault Every Fort, which is clearly not good gameplay, right? And then, but alternatively, it's like, well, you have so many forts that how could you, if you didn't have that option, what are you going to do? Like, I think there's need to be a fundamental like change to how forts work. I think that forts should like not be this 2 to 3 year siege. I think they should be a couple months like they were historically. It's kind of where I think that, and maybe if they were like super upgraded, it could take a little longer. But it's like if you look at, you know, for the time period, most forts were 2 to 3 months, not 2 to 3 years. But I think that you have a fundamental issue when you have so many forts and that you're required to siege at every single fort in order to get a peace deal that you desire. I think if you just didn't have to siege at every fort in a war, that would probably be the most reasonable thing. Like, for example, you know, if you've wiped out the majority of the armies, you should be able to take whatever war score you can get. In fact, I'd be more okay with stuff costing more in war as an overall principle, too. Like, you couldn't take as much land, but just take away this whole, like, siege thing. So I don't really find it fun to have to, because I think, you know, in a war, it's like if you wipe out the majority of the enemy, you know, they're gonna give you what they want if they can't keep fighting. But I also think there's a levy issue. But I think that's kind of just a make the AI build way more armies, standing armies, and that'll fix that. But I think that's definitely part of the issue. But I also find, like, I don't know. I really just want levy combat to phase out entirely by some point in the game. Hello. So that's another thing. What up? I'm just ranting about stuff I want them to change in EU5. And maybe make a video about it soon. But I was just ranting about forts, right? Forts. Yeah. But I think the thing that I think there's a fundamental problem with forts, and you know, the fact is of the matter is what we have right now isn't very fun. It's not fun to go into any part of the game where you're simply building infantry only because you need to assault so many forts. And the AI just doesn't. If the AI maybe built actual armies, that would be an issue. That you were just doing straight infantry, right? But even if they did, it's not going to be fun to siege out 90 plus forts in war because you want to take that land. Again, I'd be okay with you being able to take far less land, but not have to siege out every fort. Yeah, I remember in my World Conquest, like, you know, I think out of a moment of insanity, I built a fort in every single location that I owned. Like, literally every location in the world. Oh my god. That was just pure tilt, though, why I did that. And the funny thing was, is it wasn't even that expensive to maintain. I mean, given I was, you know, had the whole world conquered. I mean, there's not much else to say about that one. What kind of curse is this? Sorry, I haven't really played much of France. Anyhow, I'll explain to you my idea for you guys that are just like tuning in, like, okay, what is he cooking when it comes to France? The idea is of using the coalition CB. So you're going to intentionally lose the war against England and give up a bunch of your land so that you generate enough antagonism to coalition. And then you should be able to take France or take England out in a single war with a coalition CB. That is the idea that I'm going for. Just so you guys are locked in. I've seen the bug before. Like, I don't know what triggers. Are you talking about the one where it's like you have you get a second rebels that spawns and it's like you kill them and then someone else becomes the war leader and then you can annex them? Like, I'm not like if that's what you're talking about. Like, I'm right. I mean, that's the idea. The only issue is, so I was testing this a little bit, is that you will get coalitioned by the entirety of Europe. Like the like I'm like this. Like literally like, but I think if you just attack into the HRE and just annex everybody, because the coalition doesn't seem to like involve any majors for a while. So I think you just like at that point have to declare in the coalition and like annex Europe. Except I don't think like something like that. I think you could probably do some improve relations with the great powers and they wouldn't join the coalition, but I mean eventually they probably would, right? If you're just gonna annex Europe, but you might be able to buy some time. But yeah, that's kind of the idea. Like I don't really know what I plan to do with all the land. Really, like I guess I could make 1 million subjects, but I don't know. The problem with doing that is I think there's no like end to that, right? I had an alternative idea, but yeah, I don't know. Like what? I haven't really played France. Does anyone know what alpinages do? Like, are they like? Do they cost less diplo capacity? I haven't really played much France, but anyway, we'll just lock in, guys. We'll just lock in. All right. So let's just lock in our starting situation. Definitely gonna need diplo traditions for the millions of subjects we're gonna have, right? Diplo capacity will come in handy. Yeah. Well, I think, funny enough, maybe I'm bold to claim this, but I think forts, to me, are the #1 issue in the game. That takes away the fun from me. And I could lump that in forts/combat. But, yeah. Like, I feel in some way the game would be more fun if they just deleted professionals from the game or something. Because then you would only have to fight levies versus levies and you wouldn't have this massive advantage as the player. You know? Anyhow, I'm getting off topic, I know. It's not a good, it's the better solution is fix it, right? I'm just saying, like, almost as if I'd rather just have, if it's so unbalanced, I'd rather just not have it. Anyhow. They need like they need a research. Don't you think they need some sort of research templates? What do you think? Am I crazy? Like, you know, like I click something here and it just researches like the same thing every time at the start of the game. Like 9 times out of 10, I'm researching the same thing anyways. I guess there is automation for it. I just don't know if I would trust it. Yeah, yeah, it would. But I guess overall what I'm saying is that I think that the AI would be a much bigger threat if there wasn't professionals. Because you as a player don't have a way, like, you know, you're not going to be able to just like magically get that many more than them. You know, you can't just like spend all your money on like it is now, where you just can just build a bigger army with your money, right? Like 5 times the size of what they probably could afford. But if the AI just gets more units, it's probably fine, right? Like they just need to make the AI. I think they either need to add a force limit, or they need to make the AI like really prioritize building large armies. One or the other. I think I would rather the AI was just competent enough, but I feel like force limit would be an easier way because I don't trust that. So just setting up just getting our starting situation set up. Just gonna rattle random people that are not people I want to ally. I'm thinking I could possibly ally Castile, perhaps, or even Aragon. I don't know. Whoever. Maybe both. Looks like I can just ally Aragon day one. Guess I could set up his states a little bit. Seems like as France, we have pretty bad crown power, it looks like, yeah. Pretty unfortunate. At least we have bigger diplo capacity. I don't really know what a appanage does in relation to like a normal subject, but I'm sure we'll figure that out eventually. Pull some cabinet seat, all right. 303 stab to remove. Sure. I'll save up for a while, just give you some time. Let's grab common militia at least, though. You know, a couple things. I'm not sure if we need I'm wondering if we need to keep our legitimacy high, or if there's some sort of disaster. Not that I know of, but I could see Paradox doing something like that. Like, I remember that experience when playing Poland. Like, if you're playing Poland and you grant privileges at the start, like a lot of them, I think you're now in a disaster. You've lost. That was my experience in the first time I played Poland. Mistakes were made. Yeah, the nobles have quite a bit of power as France, don't they? Not much. I haven't played a ton of France. They just seem so overpowered that you get bored. But you know, I have an idea for a run, so I was playing them anyways. I mean, it's probably not too important that we give out a ton of privileges right now. But I don't want to trigger. I'm going to stop at 50 legitimacy and privileges anyways. Treasury rights. That's one I think is handy. Oh, we're not even taxing our peasants to the max. That's the issue. Clearly, yes. Oh, we start with unintegrated land, huh? Just a single location. Bizarre. Why would I not just give it to a subject? I think I will. Diplomatic endeavor seems fine to start. Can stabilize country, strengthen government, I guess. We have 1 billion forts we don't need. I mean, I'm definitely the greedy type and would just delete every fort, right? Seems reasonable. Maybe I shouldn't delete every fort, but I'm going to do it anyways. Okay. So the foster new culture is this trap button that you press, right? What happens? God, in one of my videos, I used it, and it like I had to reload the save. It was that bad. So I hit foster new culture, and it just like destroyed my culture capacity because it creates a new culture out of your cultures. I don't really understand, but for me, it just like completely destroyed my culture capacity. Like it made like a new culture that was like, it would be like if it was let's say it was Germany, and for whatever reason, like only a tiny portion of it became Germany, and the rest of it was just like the rest of my old primary culture was just like I had to pay way too much for it now. It was really bad. So I made like a new culture, and that new culture was only like a tiny, tiny percentage of my overall now. So it made it so when accepting my other culture, my original culture was like ridiculously over my capacity at that point. Yes, exactly. It doesn't convert all the provinces to junior culture. So all of a sudden you have like this horrible culture problem. I think that it's not working as designed. But oh yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the last video though. Appreciate you. Okay, so maybe it is working as designed. Regardless, it's a button you should never press. I have tried it. It was a trap. Okay, that's all I could tell you. Maybe I'll have to give it another chance at some point. Just in the situation when I clicked it, it was a trap. Okay, guys, I also figured out a way. This is for a different run, but I figured out a way to swap to Sunny in like 3 years as Castile. But it's sus. It's actually not that bad, but it's a little bit sus. Anyhow, not important right now. Okay. I think we're ready to wait. Not quite ready to unpause. I always forget the minting. I feel like at some point the game will just automate this to 0 and you won't even click the button anymore. That's just a guess, so I don't know. Can we like not pay for Diplo spending? No. We cannot not pay for Diplo spending. That's fine, totally okay. Everything else looks good. I think we're ready to resume. So we got the 100 Years War event. Am I the only one who's scared to play Major Nations? I don't think I'm scared to, no. I'm not scared to play Major Nations, like, but I think I enjoy smaller ones too. But I have definitely, I don't shy away from that. Although I haven't really played definitely haven't played a lot of the bigger nations a lot. All right. So we're going to demand King Edward to surrender. He's refused. That's terrible. Okay. So hold on here. I think this should work. But anyway, let's just straight away declare war against England. However, we're actually going to lose this war intentionally. And we want to lose as much land as possible in this war. So there we have it. We're going to lose as much land as we can. And he won't take any more because of antagonism, but we're going to give up we're just giving up as much land as we can. We want to make sure this land's our land as well, because then we will get antagonism that way. Looks like the reoffer. I don't know. I didn't. Does it not save the offers? I guess it's not. Okay, so I think these 3 are the best I can give, and just give them some money so we can end that war. Now, the theory, and I don't know if this will actually work, but the theory is that we should be able to coalition war against England now, so long as we have above 50 by the time the truce ends. Now, there's other logistical issues to this. For example, I probably need some sort of boats, and I don't really think we connect to the water in any reasonable way, right? I can't even build any, so I'd have to rely on mercenary boats, but I guess that's fine. This seems like a hilarious strategy if it works, by the way. Just saying, you know. I think we'll still try to get some alliances. The more people we can get in wars, the better. Not that I believe anyone will really sail over to England. Like, would it be worth allying to Scotland, or would they just peace out anyways? Like, I don't know. Maybe. They could be a good distraction, right? At the very least. Yeah, sure. Well, I'm like, maybe. I think other than that, we're just chilling until the truce is up. I think we don't even need a spy network for this, I believe. We simply just have to wait until the truce ends, which is 1342, so probably just hang out for 5 years. Change some laws in Parliament will probably be the only thing that we do in the meantime. I don't know. So the only logistical issue with this war is, like, can we siege all his forts? Because we'll have to cross the water and siege all his forts to properly win, right? Is Castile fighting England, or no? What's going on? What's going on here? Or I don't even know what's happening. What is this? This sounds like I couldn't be bothered to care, right? This is what this sounds like. Flanders, don't be greedy. No, he can have it. I don't care. It's worth to make Flanders strong, right? I don't know what this is asking me. Does he want me to lose land? Is this just a vassal asking to become a appanage? I'm not sure. Maybe I'm like, is this what's happening in this event here? Sure. I think I don't even know what appanages do. That's the first problem, right? What's the disadvantage of an appanage? Oh, it hurts my crown power. I mean, but I think it might be worth, because I get more manpower, and that sounds useful. Or I don't really know. I'll just accept it because I don't know, and you guys can judge me if you want. Oh god, I hate riddles at the start of a campaign. You're like, oh no, I just got here. Give me a minute, to play the video game before I have to answer riddles. All right, chat. What's the do I care about this? Do you what you know, or is it just a riddle that's not doesn't mean anything? I think I'm gonna pick the top option and not read it. What do you guys think? What's the way? It's like Civil War is right around the corner. I don't know why. I didn't do anything wrong. I guess they can have some elaborate court life. I mean, don't they already have like unbelievable amounts of control already? How do you usually learn to play New Nations? Like this? I just like send it, you know? Learn as you go. Figure that, you know what I mean? Yeah, just play them and see what happens. Exactly. This is exactly how I learned. I get events and I'm like, okay, you know, interesting. But I have, you know, basic knowledge always just carries you through, right? Because I could turn off my army. I mean, it's next to nothing. Doesn't really matter. But I probably should be improving relations with the bigger nations. If I'm not already. I could form a defensive league with Castile. But, I mean, that would only be relevant if I was to get declared on by the coalition. I mean, I'd be okay forming a defensive... Well... I'm debating. Probably Castile was just an alliance, I think, but... I think we'll get there. But I'm thinking, like, you know, we probably want to improve with, like, a Bohemia and Austria. Because... if this all works out the way that I want it to... the coalition is going to span the entirety of Europe. And I'd rather it spanned a few less nations. Now, I think it's possible that I could just fight everyone in Europe, but maybe not at once, but, you know, like in sections, so to speak. Teutons look pretty fun, honestly. I'll probably play them soon at some point. Oh, they got me. Civil War. It's over. But I don't have forts. They don't... see, that's the secret. Civil War is no pain, right? I don't have forts. And I can pick the lazy way. I love that you can just right-click this menu now. That was added in this patch, but not notated. But, all good, guys. No need to tell us about changes you randomly made. Also, the cabinet action with integrate area, they changed that as well. But, you know, I don't mind undocumented changes. You do you. I wonder what else was changed. Okay, I think this will work. Things are looking good. We're on pace. So we just need to... I don't even know what I'm going to do with Parliament, to be honest. I mean, let's just look at the laws. There's probably some laws we want changed in Parliament. I mean, I think legislative efficiency could go a long ways as well. Oh, I'm super excited. Super excited for the 1.1. It looks like things are going to be really good. I wish they gave me early access. If they liked me, they would. I think other creators might have it. But I'm going to change to autonomous councils for that legislative efficiency. If we can get any legends, the more legislative efficiency, the better, because, well, at the same time, maybe legislative efficiency is just a waste, because if I'm going to get coalition by all of Europe, maybe it's just best to embrace that. But I guess we can try to not get coalition by the entirety of Europe. No harm in trying, right? But then I think we'll just get some money. I'm not going to spend money on anything just in case I need it. Maybe I have to hire like a bunch of mercenaries to make this work or something like that. I'll worry about spending the money after this first initial set of wars. What I really want is England not to do anything, like not to do many wars, because I'd like to annex England in a single war. Mostly for the memes. I mean, it's a good video title, you know? I annexed England in one war. Oh, I don't have my army funded. It's just levies. Oh, because I have a civil war that I didn't pay attention to, and I guess they're just not getting the job done. I set them on auto siege. Oh, there it is. There it is. All right, crisis averted. Civil war's done. And that would be why I had my army on, though. Yes. Why do I? Oh, it's tax season. Right. And what would the game be like if there wasn't tax season? We didn't have this free money every 5 years. How hard would the economy be? I don't know. I mean, it seems like I can just tax the people a ton all the time, actually. That's pretty nice. I'm sure the people like it. Not even tax the nobility. Like, what's wrong with my nation? I mean, I guess I shouldn't be upset with it, though, because this structure is way better for money than normal. I wonder if this is gonna work. My only worry logistically would be it's close. I think it'll work. I think if my antagonism falls before the right time, then we'd be in trouble, but I think we're chilling. Alright, so come January, our truce is gonna be over. Age of Renaissance is also starting. We can go for admin focus. Or should we go Diplo focus? I don't know. I guess I'm not really sure if I'm not sure if it's admin or Diplo focus here. There's definitely a good argument to be made for both. I can see the monthly diplomats being useful as well as the improved relations and Diplo rep. Whereas admin really, I feel like admin, the really only value is legislative efficiency. As far as what my campaign is looking at, something like that. The two choices actually seem relatively close. I actually think I think the Age of Renaissance is actually one of the most, how to say, like, interesting choice between the three. I feel like there's a place for all of three. Because I think tolerance ideas is like really, really good in certain regions, and you probably wouldn't want to lose that. It's just a random side note. I'm like, I actually think this age is actually probably one of the most intriguing as far as choice goes. I wish the other ages were more like this age, where it wasn't just like the most obvious choice I should admin every time. And to be fair, I think admin probably is still, stronger than the others, but I don't know if I'm with how many cycles I'm gonna have. I'm just like, maybe the Diplo rep makes some sense. Let's go Diplo focus. They should tie some like. Okay, hear me out here. Are you guys familiar with like the negative 20% antagonism event you get, or like different events like that? They should tie those events to your focuses, I think, and have some good ones in each that are like incentives to want to do other things too. Anyways, let's decide. So our truce is up with England. And if my plan is going to work correctly, we're going to start a new coalition target. So start a new coalition targeting England. And then we're going to declare a coalition war against England. Once we have a diplomat available, I guess. All right. So let's kick off this coalition war. Of course, why would we want to do this? Well, because it's a negative 75% cost CB. You can see here that it's going to be... So, as long as we can win, we should be able to take quite a bit of land. I'm still up. Not up early. I should be going to bed relatively soon. So, yes. It's like almost 4 in the morning, but that's my schedule right now anyways. Okay. So, yeah. Not sure how hard this war is going to be, but we will have to figure out how we're going to cross the water. Which I don't really know straight away, but we'll sort it out. Oh, I never put my automation on for trade and place general. Place generals or place admiral either. They should add it, and they need to add in 1.1 that it remembers your automation. So I think there's no scenario where I wouldn't just want to start a campaign with those already checked. Okay, the one scenario is if they rework trade and I found it more interesting. Then maybe I wouldn't automate it, but you know. So the real hard part about this war, I think, is going to be getting over to England. But we did ally, you know, we have some allies that we might be able to get some help with. Maybe that might double spending just for a little bit, because I'm like, I should have... I wanted Scotland to act as a distraction, but I couldn't call them into the war. Can I call someone into a coalition war, though? Is that... Maybe that's not possible. I'm not actually sure. Maybe, maybe not. Like, maybe I can't call in other people to a coalition war. Maybe that's just not how it works. I don't declare many coalition wars, okay? But I think if France, or sorry, if England throws away a bunch of troops here, that's super good. I hope they just keep sending their troops over to France or something like that, right? And then we can just go invade them easily. That'd be the dream. Because I doubt that my guys are going to cross much. I mean, I think I could just let anyone leave the war if they want to. So anytime we get events, like, I'm like, yeah, sure. Because, you know, anyone can leave except England. I don't care. And apparently they all want to leave. I wonder if this war is going to be way easier than I thought. Like, I think it might be. It might be way easier than I anticipated. The strategy might just be like, you know, OP. We'll see. I gotta hire mercenary boats. And I don't really, yeah, wherever we can. Let's get some mercenary ships. I'm not sure if this will be enough. I'd rather that they sent more troops over here first, because I doubt my ally is going to be very useful in crossing the water. But I'm like, yeah, maybe if they just keep sending guys over, like they seem to be doing, that's, you know, that's a win for me. I feel like they're kind of just sacrificing troops at this point. There's so many guys just death stacking right there. It's kind of nuts. I already have 33% war score, but the thing is I need to siege the forts. Yes. Yes. But I don't know the repercussions of doing so will be feasible. But I might get coalition by the entirety of Europe. So I need to improve relations with a bit more people just because, like, they might get aggressive after I take my rightful land. Coming across with like 2,500 guys, so that, I don't know, it's not. Oh, yeah, wow. England has no good troops. This is free. Oh my, I didn't realize that. Okay. Assuming I can cross the water, which I think I can. Yeah, this is free. This seems like the easiest one. This is the best 100 Years War I've ever seen. It's super easy. Why did they have no guys? I wonder if it was like an advantage because I gave them so much land over here that they were able to get more troops over there or something. I don't know. But we're just getting over here. Could use my boats to distribute food as well. I think that helps, yeah, if you just also seems like mercenary boats are cracked in terms of like you fighting their boats. Anyways. They like 5,000 guys total. I could probably at least split up into 2 to siege. I'm gonna have to siege for quite a bit. There's a lot of forts. Yeah, they're gonna cut off my food supply, aren't they? No, I think we're fine. Could call him Scotland, but I don't really know that I want to. He might try to steal the land. Why is it saying white peace will be enforced? What's the war goal? Oh, it's going to be his capital, 100%. I know that because when I get coalition war, that's the war goal. Where are my boats? Guys, I need you to... I don't know why my boats left, but I'm like, I need them to deal with the food issue. I guess my research is capped. I need to research stuff. Let's research improve relations. War score cost. Diplomatization cost. It looks good. Maybe I could siege a third place at the same time. Oh, my boats are like, they got wrecked, didn't they? Or I think my mercenary contract maybe expired. I just need more boats. Yeah, I need some more boats. Get them out there. I just need food. Or maybe to win a siege someday, but, you know, that'll never happen. Okay, so we did finally siege out something. I'm thinking if I consolidate and split, I probably could get away with sieging a third thing at once. Okay, never mind. They're stuck. They live there. Fair enough. But yeah, this is going to be gotta siege all the forts, right? That's how it works. These are the rules. Food is my issue, I think. Oh, now, oops. I've fallen for the old trap. Oh, no. Or no, never mind. I thought I couldn't walk away. I kind of can't. Why can't I walk away? I don't know. All right, boats, don't listen to me. But I've accidentally put my troops where they don't have food. So my boats can probably solve that issue, though. To some extent. Uh-oh. Well, we greeted, and now we lost those guys. Their looks like their levies are up on cooldown. I'll just group up with the other ones. 13,000. It shouldn't be a big deal. I was being a little greedy, right? Be nice if my subjects could actually help me here, but it just doesn't work out that way, right? We could mercenary more here, just in case. I mean, can we hire any mercenaries over here? I don't know. The mini game is tough. Trying to find if you could you like recruit in occupied land? Or is that a no-go? I don't know. It's too complicated. I guess I could just move the mercs across water. I'm just like, maybe we should get some mercs just in case. It's just the most confusing thing to hire them, right? Navigating the UI is the hard part. Yeah, let's just get a little bit of guys. Even a small amount of mercenaries, I think, will make a difference. I just want to make sure these guys don't get wiped out. I mean, they're out of food. So I'm trying to, like, get my boats to fix, but they don't seem to want to. I don't really know how to make the ships get food, but I know that you can. Should probably figure that one out. They have to gather food for some sort of duration, but I don't really know how to see how much food they've gathered. Oh, well, they're going to die now. Well, what do you do? Count them all. I did get a little bit of food, though. See me get my mercenaries over here, though. There we go. I hope that I win a siege before they win this siege. If not, that would just be tragic. Come on, game, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. There we go. So let's go ahead and stop him from getting that siege. Should be easy because we have mercs. And then I think there's not a crazy amount of forts left. Because I don't know. We stack wiped his little army, so yeah, probably in the bag here. Still a couple more forts, though. What are we looking at? How many more forts? Just 1,000? Yeah. There's like 5 forts, 6 forts to go. So yeah, we're nowhere close to wrapping this one up, right? Maybe all the sieges. Maybe sieging like the cities here will be useful, just so you can't recruit more levies. I'm not really sure if that affects that a lot, but France has given a guarantee to Scotland. Huh? I don't remember doing that. But okay. Why did that happen? I don't know. I usually agree to these things. I don't know. All right, should we greed again? I think we should greed again and regret it later. I mean, there's too many forts to siege, right? I have to split my army into 4 and greed. It's the only way. Getting a bunch of appanages here. I don't really think I care if they want to do that. But we are out of food. Just trying to greed all the forts. Hope that they don't recruit more levies and kill me. I guess the Black Death is here. But don't worry, I have a solution to that. We'll just segregate the infected. Big communalism trend, right? Could push communalism if we really want. Just in the short term. If we want to go like max communalism, I think communalism's not bad. Definitely not bad. We have Parliament up if we need it, and we might. So I think I want to hold on to it. Yeah, it looks like England's going to be a bully. England. Don't do that. My guys are kind of all starving to death, though. But we'll figure it out. Someone's bound to win a siege eventually. There we go. Do we win these? Don't know. The church passed the negative antagonism thing, so that's useful. I could just send this. I should get these guys to help too, probably. I can't. I kind of just letting my people starve, but I'm like, is there any reason? Yeah, I don't. Oh wait, I have 2 real troops. I think maybe I win because of that. Yeah, easily. Okay, cool. I was a little worried about that battle, but I'm like, that works. Run them down. Apparently I lost because I had no morale after chasing them. Fair. It's probably a call for peace, but, I have to siege all the forts. What do you do? It is what it is. I think there's one more fort way over here that we'll have to get locked in. And then maybe there's another one I missed. Oh, well, yeah, way in the corner. I feel like that works sometimes, but yeah. I think I'm just being lazy. So I probably should be taking this time to Well, I guess I got to deal with these guys here, but I probably should be improving relations right now because I'm about to take a lot of antagonism. But the question is with who? Probably just like maybe like a Naples. Like I think I just want to avoid the great powers coalitioning me. I don't think it's really, you know, the in the short term, because I think eventually I'm going to have to fight everybody regardless, because I'm going to piss off everybody if I annex England. Is that England? Don't be England. No, it's not. We can see what England is. Oh. Wait, what? I can already annex them without sieging the forts? Is that real? Oh, okay. Sure. I thought I had to siege all the forts, but I guess not. I could just annex England now. I didn't think I'd have the war score for it, because I'm paying like 100% extra cost for these. That's kind of nuts. But yeah, there's going to be like a slight coalition. It's actually not that bad. Like, funny enough, it's not like it's really not that bad. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. Like I was going to be coached by everybody, but no, it's chill. Yeah, let's just annex England here. And yeah, we should get a bunch of new vassals here too. Guys, that strat is sick. Let's go. That strategy is peak. Tell me it's not. You can't. That's got to be the best strategy I've ever seen for the 100 Years' War. That is ridiculous. That's funny. I thought it was gonna be like I was gonna be coached by everybody too. I was preparing for that, but I'm not even coalitioned really. So stupid. How has no one seen this? How has no one done this? You could add freaking annexing England into 11 years is ridiculous. Oh wow. Nothing's to stop me from doing the same thing to Castile or anybody. I think that's what I might do. Just keep giving away my land and then using the CV. How has no one done this? But like, have you guys seen this on YouTube? Like, why are people not doing this? This sounds hilarious. Is no one dumb enough to just intentionally lose wars or something? Am I the idiot? These are the questions, right? No, that was my that was my idea for I was expecting to get coalitioned by everybody, and then I would just like, but I was planning to just go to war with everybody, but it's like shockingly like nobody cares that I annexed England. They're just like, whatever. That's bygones. I'm kind of surprised. I thought I was yeah. Yep, that's maybe the legislative efficiency stack was worth then. So I tested it with before in like single player a little bit, and I got coached by like everybody, but I guess like the extra 40% antagonism that I switched to. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna continue the run. It's for me, it's like it's 4 AM right now. I definitely will continue this run, but not tonight. My plan was to just get this part done and then So, you know, just final thoughts and probably wrapping up for the night. But interesting. I feel like they're gonna patch this after this Paradox sees this, you know. Nobody, we can't, you know. What do you do? Delete the VOD. This just seems so broken. Like I think the next play was just be like, let's go over to Castile and lose some land to him. You know, why not? Let's go. Let's like intentionally lose to freaking Aragon, Castile, Portugal. I bet we could war. I bet we could annex each of those nations in a single war, as well. And then we just like mass conquer like Europe or something. I've never seen a strategy off YouTube that is this strong for France, though. It's not. It's like not even. I mean, that's a topic for another day. Yeah. Yeah. For real. I don't even know what you do. Like you would have like it's crazy. I mean, I think it's safe to say we won the 100 Years' War, right? Definitely safe to say. Not bad. 11 years. I mean, people have won. You know, I'm sure people have won it faster than that, but we're still impressed, right? My leader's out of here. He's like, I'm not gonna deal with that. Yeah, it's fair. Okay. Yeah, so that's interesting though. The problem is you would like if you keep doing this, you're going to have so much like stuff like you know what are you going to do at some point? You just sit on the land that's unintegrated? You know, it's like you're never going to be keeping up with this because you'll hit a vassal limit eventually, right? Too like what's I guess the play is just hold on to it and fight the rebels, something like that. And then maybe just add in subject, you know, annex subjects as you can, and then yeah, something like that. But on a side topic, where I got you guys here, yeah, diplomat doesn't really matter too, does it? I could just like go crazy and get as much subjects as I could, but can they really subjects into infinity? But I was actually saw a Lemon Cake video, and I'm like, he made a good point. If they see me like World Conquest, and like for example, if they were to nerf the Mandate of Heaven because I use it as part of a World Conquest, that would be bad. I think they shouldn't do that. And I saw that, and I'm like, I really hope they don't do stuff like that. Like, don't like take away value. Don't try to stop people from modifier stacking. Like, although I don't understand why they backpedaled so hard on that topic, by the way. They did not stick to their guns where they were like, we're not going to allow you. Like, originally they were just like, forming the nation isn't going to be like a power spike, right? Why did they like backpedal out of that? Like, I'm fine with like, it's fine if they did. I'm just like, I swear. Generally, here's a quote. Generally speaking, the vision behind formables is to offer role-playing and historical immersion and support player fantasies rather than modifier stacking. They will change your country name, national flag, and map colors. So while they may unlock some content such as advantages or other minor unique content, the tag change is often the goal in itself. What happened, Paradox? Because that's not what happened. If you look at my recent stacking war score cost run. Yeah, but did you hear my quote though? Like that's them quoting that. Like they wrote that. They wrote that. I'm just saying, like they definitely didn't stick to their guns, did they? I'm just saying. And okay, you want to know something that bothers me is I think that no formable should have unique advances unless you're going to give all formables unique advances. Like, you know what I mean? Like you've by giving certain formables advances, you've now committed that. Why would people want to form a formable that didn't have advances? Like you open the can of worms, but now you got like I don't know. You either need to delete them, or you need to give every nation that's a formable some sort of stuff. It's just like you and to be fair, I think it's fine if they just say we're not going to do that. You know, that's whatever. But it's like you can't do it. You can't half-ass. I feel like that's half-ass. Like you gave it to a few people, but you not everyone. Like I don't know. That's not cool. And then they have. I mean, I think the game would be a lot better too if they. Again, efficiency modifiers. I'm sure you guys have heard that from a lot of creators, but it's just weird, right? Because it's like you should if you're gonna do that. We're just ranting a little before we go to bed, guys. I'll continue this tomorrow, but it's pretty late for me. But yeah, so that's what I'm thinking, though. I'm like, they should not half-ass. Also, one last topic before we call it a night, guys. What do you think we should do? Where would you like to see CBs? Because right now, I think the CBs are like ridiculous. You have an issue. I mean, this demonstrates the issue in this run itself, right? Where you have CBs that are so powerful that you can annex a great power in a single war. And then you have, I mean, and similarly, like you take down Hegemon CB is another example of the same level of percent, right? This is just another way to get that, which I'm like the negative 75%. I don't even think should exist. Period. It's ridiculous. You know, especially in the early game. But two, it's like, well, then what should you do? Because I don't know. Like, I'm not even. What do you guys think about the lack of CBs until imperialism? And then on the imperialism topic, how painful imperialism itself is. Like of a CB, and also how war superiority, like it's impossible to achieve that in any parts of the late game. Like when I think about how they should fix the game, I'm like, I don't think it's like some major sweeping things. It's just a bunch of small things to add together. So I'm like, that's what I think. I'm like, I do think they could fix the game relatively easily. I actually do. I think it's just like a bunch of small things that combine to make into a big thing. Anyways, enough ranting for tonight, guys. I appreciate you tuning in. If you want to, yeah, if you try this one out yourself and see if you like it. Intentionally lose wars so you can coalition CB. Could be the way. I hope you guys have a nice night. Yeah. Take it easy, guys.